Hi everyone. I have some Bible codes that I would like to share with you, and I'm not sure what all this means, but I just want to share it with you and show it to you. And I was working on this last night, and what I was wondering is if there was any indication in the Bible codes if perhaps the vision that the Jewish boy Natan had, if there was any indication that it might possibly take place on Easter, which would be this Easter coming up, which is the Eastern Orthodox Easter, and it's coming up this Sunday. And the reason I was wondering that is because it also happens to be just after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. As you can see, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is this week right here, and it ends on the 29th and the 30th, and the day just after that is the Eastern Orthodox Easter. And the seventh day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread is very important. It's believed to be the day that the Israelites crossed the Red Sea in the Exodus from Egypt. So it's a very important date. It's a high holy day, and I don't know if anything's going to happen on that day, but like I said, I just wanted to try and see what would come up in the tables and if there would be any indication that something might happen on that day. And like I said, I don't know why Easter came up in all these tables. There's several different tables that came up, several different matrices. There's quite a few, and if you look at the word Easter, it actually comes up. There's 147 matches just for the word Easter. I'm not sure exactly how many times it's encoded in ELS form because some of the matches are duplicates, so it's really hard to say, but obviously there's quite a few. And what I've done is I've put in the words Easter, Natan, and Jesus or Yeshua, but I had to spell Yeshua, the shortened version of it, without the A, and that is a valid term for Yeshua. You can look it up on Wikipedia. That's the way it's used in the Talmud, and it's the name that's used in Israel. And I realize that it's meant to be derogatory sometimes, but a lot of the people in Israel don't know that. They just know that to be the name of Yeshua, and that's the way it came up in the table, as well as Jesus. So I just want to show you all these matrices that came up. I probably didn't get all of them to come up. There's likely more than what I have here, but these are the ones that I was able to find, and I just want to share them with you. And all of these are going to be scaled down. There's a lot of other search terms that come up as well, but I'm not going to show all these search terms because I really don't think it's important right now. I think what's important is just seeing how many times just some of these basic terms come up with Natan and Easter and Jesus or Yeshua, with just a couple of added terms. And I think it has more impact if you just see the scaled down version of each one. And so I'll just go over the first one. As you can see, it reads at the top Easter, Natan, Jesus, Vision, Satan. And you have Natan over here in the pink going at an angle. You have the word Vision over here in the purplish blue in ELS form going this way. And then you have Easter over here in an angle in the light red. Jesus is over here in the lavender. And Satan is over here in the blue in ELS form. And this is coming up in Luke 9. And I'm not going to read all the matrices. I'll just scroll through it in case you want to pause it and just see what it's about. But it seems to have something to do with casting demons. You see casting out demons up here at the top. And I'll just go to the next one. Okay, this one over here, it reads Easter, Natan, Jesus. And you see Natan over here in the pink, and then you see Jesus crossing through it in the lavender, and you see Easter over here in ELS form in the light red. And this is coming up in Chronicles 5. Okay, the next one, you have Easter, Natan, Jesus, first fruit. You have first over here in the lavender, Jesus in the other lavender color. And over here you have Easter in the light red. You have Natan over here in the pink going at an angle. And then you have fruit over here. So it's first fruit. So fruit's in ELS form in the light blue, and first is in the plain text. And this is coming up in Mark 12. And I'm not sure what this matrix is about. I'll just scroll through it briefly. And it doesn't seem to be about Passover in this one, but some of these are about Passover. I'll go to the next one. This one over here is definitely about Passover. You see it in the plain text. And it reads at the top, Easter, Natan, Jesus. And I put in ortho for the Orthodox Passover or Easter. And then the words Passover. And you see Passover comes up all in one word right here. And over here it says the feast of the Jews was at hand. And if you will notice, there's a distinction in the New Testament between Passover that the Jews celebrated and Easter. It was known as, the reason the King James uses the word Easter is because once Jesus fulfilled the Passover, in the Greek, Passover was referred to as what we sometimes call Resurrection Sunday, what we call Easter in English. That became Passover, and then the distinction was the Passover of the Jews, if they wanted to talk about the Jews' Passover, because the Christians no longer celebrate Passover because we do not do animal sacrifices because Jesus fulfilled that. So we celebrate a different day, a different feast. We don't celebrate Passover, we celebrate the resurrection. So that's why there's the distinction in the King James where it uses the word Easter one time. But over here it's talking about the feast of the Jews, the Jewish Passover. This was before Jesus fulfilled the Passover. And so this is definitely about the Passover. And it was right before Jesus was crucified. And you see the word Easter over here in the light red. You see Natan over here in the pink. Passover is in the blue and the green. Jesus in the lavender. Okay, and this next one, it reads Easter, Natan, Jesus, near death, Satan, Passover. And in this one, you have the word near in the bluish purple going at an angle this way. And you have death crossing near. You have near this way, and then death in the light blue crossing near and sharing the E in near, because it was a near death experience that Natan had. And then you see the name Natan going right over that with the letters N, A, T, A, N. You see Passover here in the yellow. You see Satan over here in the green crossing through the A and near and sharing that A. And then you see Easter over here in the light red, the letters E, A, S, T, E, R. And you see Jesus over here in the lavender. And this one is coming up in John 18. And I believe this is, yes, this is during the time of the Passover as well. So this has to do with the Passover. It's just before Jesus was scourged, and you see the word Easter coming up in ELS form, just as it did in this one, which was about the Passover, and the very first Easter, which was the resurrection. Okay, over here we have the word Easter, Natan, Jesus, Christ, first fruits. And you see Jesus Christ over here in the lavender and the blue. You see first in the light blue here, and fruits in the green. And you see Easter in the light red in ELS form over here, and Natan in the pink in ELS form over here. And this is coming up in Philippians 1. Okay, and the next one, this one reads Easter, Natan, vision, Yeshu, wrath. And you see the word wrath coming over here across in the blue, in the light blue color. You see Yeshua or Yeshu over here in the bluish purple. The letters Y-E-S-H-U. You see Natan in the pink in ELS form, and it's meshed in with the word Easter in the light red in ELS form. And you see the word vision right here in the lavender. And this one is coming up in Numbers 11:33. Okay, this is the next one. It reads Easter, Natan, Yeshu. And this one is coming up in Ezra 10:13 through 18. And you see Yeshu right here in the lavender going across. You see Easter in ELS form in the light red over here. And you see Natan over here in the pink in ELS form. And this one right here, this one doesn't say Easter, it says Passover. And it has the word ascend. And this one doesn't, I don't know if I tried Natan in this one. I was just looking for the word ascend in this one. But since it came up in Ezra 10, I just included it over here because I thought this was interesting. And you see the word ascend over here in the light red. You see Yeshu in the pink. You see the word rose in the green. And of course this could be referring to when Jesus rose from the dead. But I also put it in because I think the moon this Passover is supposed to be a rose color. I don't know the details about that, but that's just something I heard. And you see over here in the yellow, you see the word moon, and it's sharing this O right here in rose. So it shares with the word moon. And you see moon in the yellow with the letters M, O, O, N, and it shares the O in rose. And then red is over here in the fuchsia. You see star over here in the blue with the letters S, T, A, R. You see new over here in the green. And you see Passover. You see the word over here in the bluish purple. And pass is in the lavender over here with the letters P, A, S, S. And like I said, this one's coming up in Ezra 10. Okay, this next one reads Easter, redemption, Natan, May 1, Satan, star, fall. This one is a very interesting one, but I'm running out of time, so I can't go over it. But please stay tuned, because this is one of the most amazing ones, but I'll have to share it in the next video. So I'll see you there. Thanks.